How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the Athletic Lounge. I am Mike.
And I'm Josh.
Another wild week of football. A lot of underdog wins this week.
Yeah, a lot that I was not expecting. No one was expecting.
A lot of Bears wins this week, which was nice. Bear win this week. Steeler win this week. Seahawks aren't really an underdog, but they won this week too. So let's get right into it where we left off last week, where we had the picks of who were going to win those games. I ended up coming out with 5 of compare. So we cutting the ones that you won out, or the ones that like we both agreed on out.
Yeah, they don't matter.
They don't count. I got 5, and those 5 were the Bears, the Ravens, the Jags won. We didn't pick either of those. Picked the Pats. You picked the Bills. The Giants we both picked. The Falcons beat the Bucks.
Giants almost got it, too.
Yeah. No, the Giants won.
What do you mean? Oh, we both picked the Giants to win,
We both
right?
picked the Giants
Okay.
to win, yeah. Giants won. The Bucks lost to the Falcons. The Rams, I think, ended up winning. No, the Steelers won last week. We both picked the Rams, so we botched that one. Seahawks, which I think the Seahawks are like a sneaky,
They are a sneaky team.
little
They're
team
good.
that I think can kind of.
They could definitely nudge in there,
Nudge
get
in
someone
there.
out there, kick someone out that no one expects.
I mean, they slid in. I remember last year they slid in, kind of last wild card spot. Slid right in there. I think that they're going to be.
Yeah, they could definitely
They
do.
could definitely make a nice run.
Yeah,
they have
absolutely.
a solid
Got a
all-around
solid
team,
squad,
and I
yeah.
think that's why they seem to be kind of.
Geno Smith is performing nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he seems like he's after he's left the Jets. He seems like he's kind of had it figured
he
out.
figured it out.
I think that Geno could be their guy to bring in if they're going to go.
He could.
I mean, he definitely
It does look
it's definitely
like
going to
it.
be Geno. The Chiefs Chargers. I ended up picking the Chiefs. You picked the Chargers. The Eagles Dolphins. I picked the Eagles. The Dolphins lost.
Unbelievable.
And then, what was the other team? The Browns ended up winning that game, which was kind of controversial towards the end of that game, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But I want to get into the Week 7 fantasy. Travis Kelce, National Tight End Day, right? It was,
Oh, yeah.
So
Performed.
should you say Travis Swift?
Showed out, yeah. Best game of the season, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more to come for him, honestly, too.
That's true.
I think
Absolutely.
he only gets better as the season goes on. He's one of those guys. Lamar Jackson, he had 357. He was 21 for 27.
Unbelievable.
357 yards, 3 TDs, and a rushing TD.
That's the good old Lamar that we know.
Yeah, that's true. Then Travis Kelce had 179 yards.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Which is crazy. 38 points for Kelce. You had 37 for Lamar, which was
Unbelievable.
a nice.
Love
To
that.
have Lamar. He hasn't been really doing the much fantasy.
No.
On the fantasy end of things.
Yeah.
So seeing this week I'm sure kind of helped.
Oh, it helps
Big
a
time.
lot.
Pat Mahomes, 424 yards, 4
Unbelievable game
TDs,
from him.
37 points on him too. I mean, he's kind of had a mid-level. You haven't really seen him up here in the top 5 like
Well,
this.
he's just performing at Mahomes' mid, which is better than most at their best. So, yes.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of these teams to open up the year have had kind
Yeah,
of
they haven't really been coming
either been really hard schedules or they've been really, really easy schedules. So forth, Dallas had a very easy schedule. Start on the year
until
they hit like that mid.
they hit them in. They
Yeah.
hit a big old wall.
And then we had Jordan Addison, which I know you have in fantasy. I know
Love him.
you've had him for a couple weeks, and now he's obviously seeing more volume because
Yeah, if
you have
Jeffrey's out.
Jefferson out.
Jefferson.
Yeah, exactly. Which I think he's probably out another 3 weeks,
Absolutely,
4 weeks
yeah.
or so. So I mean, I think that volume with Addison stays consistent as long as Addison stays healthy. I think that if you can finagle a trade for Addison
I think it's great. I
know,
love
or even try to maybe move him, sell him high,
Sell him high. That's right.
right?
He wants
So I
to-
mean, if you're kind of struggling and you need, like me, I am one of my leagues. I am getting smacked in. Nick Chubb went down, and it was kind of like that was it. That was it for me. I picked up Zach Moss, which has been a great kind of insurance. Now his volume was expected to go down with Taylor coming back, but he's still getting 18 rushes a game. He's still getting 18 carries a game. So I think that he still will continue to get that until he shows that he can't. He's not providing or he's not producing.
Mm-hmm.
But Gardner Minshew, which was an interesting one, he had 34 points this week, 305 yards, 2 TDs, which was...
Gotta love it from a guy that needs to step up and do your thing.
Gardner Minshew. Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I know he's... Anthony Richardson's out for the year.
Yeah.
With his shoulder.
Just gotta love that. Step up. It's your time to shine.
He had two rushing touchdowns too, which was kind of interesting. Which I was like, oh, all right, I guess you got
points.
I guess they're running the Colts offense, so I'm guessing the Colts are kind of have some run option plays for. I'm not really watching the Colts.
I didn't really see their touchdowns.
Deontay Foreman, which I thought was a very unexpected one. He had 33 points, 89 yards, 2 TDs, and he had 31 yards receiving, 1 TD. Which is interesting. I think he's probably one of the top picks for the waiver wire this week. He's not available. He's not available. He's available in a lot of leagues. And if you're looking for a running back and he's still floating around because he hasn't really seen much volume in his spot because he's had people in front of him, and now there's some injuries over there in Chicago. So he came right up and stepped right up and ended up coming up big for Chicago that week. Matt, but listen. Super Bowl's not. It's not out of sight yet for Chicago. It's still there. The hopes are still there. I'm not. Listen, I don't want to say Super Bowl. I think Super Bowl was definitely pushing
stretch.
it. Was definitely pushing it. But I definitely think that they could swing it around. A lot of season left. A lot of football left.
Yeah.
But he had 31 yards. And we're going to get into the Week 8 games. So now we have Buffalo and the Bucs just finished here now. Buffalo ends up winning that game, which was I don't know how I feel about Buffalo.
They're very shoddy. They are, they're there one week and then they're not there the next week. You have, and they went into this season here top 5. They were expected to be a top 5 team up with the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Chiefs, and they're just beating the Bucs. Just beating the Bucs. They lose to the Jets the first week when Aaron Rodgers goes down. It's just But then they come and they destroy the Dolphins. Either they have it or they don't.
Think walking out now, I think he knows it too. I didn't really do so good. I did all right, but
they could have lost it right there at the end.
100%.
They could have gotten that Hail Mary and boom, game over. They lost again.
I think that the Bills definitely need some help. I think if they're gonna want to make a run this year, they're gonna need some
organizing, some
move making.
Yeah,
I'm not saying blow team up. I'm not saying
no.
Just
some.
Don't get it twisted. I blow a lot of teams up. I'm not saying blow the Bills up.
They just need to lock some stuff down.
They need to figure. I think they have a bye coming up too. I don't think they hit their bye yet. I think they have a bye coming up too. So they need to go into that bye, kind of regroup, kind of figure out if this is going to be, going to be the team to make us to the playoffs? We need to figure out to add a couple more pieces because they are not beating the Eagles. They're not. I don't think they beat the Dolphins again, which would be very surprising. If they come back and smoke the Dolphins, I think the Dolphins are a fluke.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the Bills are that great.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know where you go. I love the Bills, love the Giants, but Giants are a whole other thing. This is watching New York football and it's the Bills is the only enjoyment you can really get from being a New York football fan. But so that game's over. The Bills won. We have the Texans-Panthers, which will be the first game that I believe is Bryce and C.J. Stroud's game against each other, which is the first and second overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's going to be honestly
going to be a good game.
Going to be a good game.
Uh-huh.
Texas has been slinging that thing. Stroud's been slinging it. Bryce just coming back from injury, so
He's gonna want to prove himself.
He's going to want to say, this is the reason they chose me first, and this is the reason you're on the Texans and I'm in Carolina. They had 967 yards. So that's Bryce. Bryce has 967 yards with 6 TDs on the year, compared to C.J. Stroud's 1660 yards from this year, which with 9 TDs. But granted,
you also got to look at the games. How many games
exactly?
they played.
Bryce has probably played 2 or 3 games less than Stroud. But me personally, I think I'm going to go with Texas there.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Yeah, I like Texas there. And now I think Texas, because they look like they are a high energy team. You know, you can tell that they're not a wash away team like they were the last couple years. They want to win some games. Exactly.
That's exactly right.
And then we got the Rams versus Dallas, which I think is should be an interesting game to really see if.
See what's up with the Dallas. See what's up with the boys.
They have a bye last week, I want to say.
Yeah. Yep. Because I didn't play Tony Pollard last week.
They had a bye. So coming off the bye,
see what happens.
The Rams coming off a loss to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Rams go out there and beat the brakes off Dallas.
Oh, I think so too. I was thinking the same exact thing.
I think they go out there and beat the brakes off Dallas.
Yep.
So we're both agreeing on that one. Rams, I think. Puka, one of the leading receivers this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the league.
Gotta love it.
We'll get to that stat. We'll get to those stats later. So Vikings Packers. I'm convinced that Kirk Cousins isn't listening to the podcast, because ever since I've been talking crazy about him, he's watch me, watch what I can do. Look at this. All right, you said that you're sitting over there talking all this.
I've been hyping him up the whole time. I'm telling you, he's slinging that bad boy.
He's honestly. I mean, listen. It was never anything against Kirk. It was never anything against Kirk not being able to do it. It was just the fact that what's around him team-wise did not look good in those first couple weeks. It did not look like that's a playoff team. He continues the way he's playing, and that team is playing this week against the Packers, which I think they might, because the Packers kind of started up and now have kind of tumbled down to where I'm surprised. I really thought Jordan Love was going to have a solid season, but he seems to kind of be leveling himself out, kind of coming back down to earth. I would say. But I'm going to have to say the Vikings in that game, because the Vikings are coming off hot.
Yeah, hot, real hot. I mean,
Packers are cool as the other side of the pillow. They're just.
Yeah. I hate to do it, but I'm going to go with you. I do think the Vikings are going to take that one.
So same on that one, and then the Saints Colts.
It's a good matchup. I think the Saints will take that one, though.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Colts have Gardner Minshew.
Minshew looking hot, but yeah.
The Saints, I feel like, are another team that's kind of a toss-up right now.
They're definitely a toss-up.
I think they're going to definitely look to see what they do this deadline.
Yeah, they need some more. If they do make a trade or something,
exactly. Well, Michael Thomas.
He's their best player, though.
Yeah, but he's old.
Yeah.
All right, get him out of there.
Exactly. You're not really going to get much out of him.
Bring him You know what's funny is I think that when I'm at the deadline, when I'm expecting here, now quote me on this, at the deadline, I think that the Raiders move Devontae Adams.
Really?
I think so, because he can't be wanting to be there. I can't imagine he wanted to be there.
I couldn't imagine that
He came there to play with who he wanted to play with. He's not playing with that guy. All right, he doesn't like the coaching staff over there. He's already voiced his opinion that he didn't like it. He didn't like what was going on over there. I don't really see them keeping him around. I mean, they're not a good team. I mean, they haven't been a good team in a couple years. How long does Devontae want to waste his Hall of Fame career over in Vegas? On another, a shitty couple of years. We're gonna get some more picks. Don't worry, we'll be fine. I think if I'm Devontae, I'm saying, all right, I'm gonna request a trade. I'm gonna get out of here. I don't think that he's.
I think it'd be a good move for him.
I think so too. I mean, where do you bring him?
Where if you want to make a difference with him right away, I mean, where you think you could make a difference on a team right away, I mean, it's hard because then you got to think about who he's going to trade to. I'd love to see him come to the Giants, obviously, but I don't know if he would be that. He wouldn't be the only. We need more around us to get somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if Devontae's going to want to break that, leave a shitty organization to go
For
to
another
shitty
one.
organization. I think he goes to the Jets. Now here's why: you got Aaron Rodgers there, okay? Give him. Isn't McCole Hardman there?
Not sure.
I want to say McCole Hardman's there. He was on the Chiefs, and I think he signed with the Jets. I want to go on a limb and say that. You want to fact check me on that one as I kind of keep going. But yeah, I think that's the move. I mean, if you can move McCole Hardman and maybe a second round pick, I think McCole Hardman's young enough where he would benefit Vegas if they're going to start to rebuild. And I think that Devontae would benefit with Rodgers over there in New York. Now, what do you see there? Is he in the Jets? Or is he still on the Chiefs?
He's on the Jets.
He's on the Jets.
Yeah, he's on the Jets.
Now, I think that's the move you make. If I'm the Jets and I'm the Raiders, I think that's the smart move to make because where else do you put him? I mean, maybe Dallas tries to make a move for him because I can see that being a Dallas thing to do.
Yeah, they need a receiver there.
They need a receiver. Gallup's kind of fallen. Gallup's kind of washed.
Gallup's not, yeah.
I think that'd be the move to make there. But granted, what do you really want to give up for Davante Adams? I mean, I guess you give up a first. I guess you give up your first for a couple years or a year or two.
Not a couple years. First, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That Jets team is good. I like. That's all they're missing is a goddamn quarterback.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah,
That's
that team is so good. It's I think he comes back.
Rodgers?
Well, yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that a little later too. So yeah, anyways, Colts Saints. You're taking Saints.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then Pats Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'm gonna take the Pats.
Go for it.
I'm taking the Pats on that because I think the Pats are hot and heavy now.
One good win doesn't mean anything.
It means everything.
Happens all the time.
And you're probably right because I probably believe the Dolphins will not lose 2 in a row.
No, I don't see it.
Especially with a team like the Pats. Now, Jets Giants.
Although I'm a Giant fan. Hate to do it. I do think that the Jets are going to win, but I can't do it, so I am going to say the Giants are going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say the Giants too, honestly. I can't say the Jets. Especially if they're playing the Giants.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants they'll bring it out. They'll just figure it out somehow. It's a rivalry.
Jags Steelers. Now, we were talking out of our ass about the Jags last week.
Yeah,
but
they're a good team.
I think that they're going to take that game. They're riding smoking hot.
They are.
Smoking hot. Was it 5 straight they've won now? I don't see them.
Yeah, I don't see why you could stop them there. But the Steelers are a team that can definitely stop people in their tracks.
It's just like the Pats, I want to say, too,
Yep,
The Pats
they
can
just
do that,
sneak
too.
that in. I'm going to go with the Steelers.
I'm going to go with the Steelers. I'm going to go with the Jags. I don't see the Jags losing to the Steelers. Falcons, Titans.
I'm going to go with the Falcons on that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons on that one also.
Yeah, Titans.
I think the Titans are done.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about blowing teams
do
up.
not show
it's the
me.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans, you could definitely blow that team up. Because, just no molding.
Where do you go with Derrick Henry?
You got to get him on a team, that's really
You think
going to
you move-
utilize
you
him.
move him? You
I
move
mean,
Derrick Henry at the
I
deadline
think
here?
so. At this point, yeah. How
Yeah.
many more years do you get from him? You try to get what you can from him.
Yeah, I think you move him too. I don't know where he goes either.
Yeah.
I want to say, if he's going to go somewhere, you ready for this one? Seahawks.
Oh, that would be a good one.
I mean, they got Kenneth Walker the third. I want to say
Yeah,
over
he's
there.
good though.
He's
You
good,
know, they don't really
but
need someone.
You got a third down back like Marshall and Lynch. You know, that's the way I look at Henry. He's like Marshall and Lynch.
Yeah, you know what Pete Carroll's gonna do?
Throw the ball on
You're
the 1
damn
yard line.
right.
But yeah, I think the Seahawks are a solid fit for him. Even the Ravens.
I was actually
I think
thinking
the Ravens. I think the Ravens would be a solid fit for them too.
Great fit for them.
I think
A
that would really
running
put
team,
them over.
They would use him
Yeah,
abundantly.
yeah, I agree.
And then right when you think it's going to Henry, whoop, he holds it.
Yeah.
Lamar holds it and runs
That's-
it. You know,
and they really don't have everyone's got Dobbins got hurt.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the Ravens is where he goes.
I think the Ravens would be great.
Yeah, if the Ravens are willing to give a first round and a couple second
I
or
think
third
it'd be
or
great.
something,
Go
I
for
think
that
that's,
run.
I think that's the move there. So we're both taking the Falcons.
Yeah.
Eagles Commanders I think is a given.
Yeah, Eagles.
I think it's Eagles there. Browns and Seahawks.
Good game.
I think that's going to be a down to the wire game like
that
last
is
week.
going to be down to the wire. It could go both ways so clearly. I do like the Browns so much.
I'm going to have to say the Browns.
Yeah.
I think the Browns defense is too good. Like you said, like we talked about last week, they've allowed the least amount
of yards.
And I think that the Seahawks aren't going to be able to compete with that. You know?
Yeah, I think you just sold me on the Browns. I'm going to go with the Browns.
I can't see.
I was going to go with the Seahawks, but you just made a very compelling statement.
I can't see the Seahawks really coming out and, doing anything.
Yeah.
That's what I see it as, honestly. I do think it's going to be a close game both ways.
It will be, but
I just don't see them coming out and fight,
Yeah, it's not going to be a shootout.
Yeah, exactly. Ravens, Cardinals, I just put Ravens. I think that's pretty damn obvious.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah.
that's,
Battle of the Birds.
Chiefs, Broncos.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, Chiefs all the way.
Now, the Bengals and the Niners. Now, I think this is a big game because I think this is a big game once again for the Bengals and once again for the Niners. The Bengals coming off of a bye. Bengals should be pretty
they should
ready
be fresh.
to go.
They
should be
ready
fresh.
to go.
Shouldn't have any issues. And the Niners should be looking to win this game.
They need, they really want to.
Because then if they lose this game, you start questioning Purdy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shit, did we fuck up?
Did
we
we?
get
Yeah.
rid of Lance and we should have kept Lance? And you're like, shit. But I don't see this being a problem for the Niners. I think the Niners still come out this weekend with beating the Bengals.
Yeah,
but I do think the Bengals need to win this game. And I think this is a huge game because if the Bengals don't win this game, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's the thing. I don't put it past the Bengals to win this game. I think they could, and if they did, that'd be huge for them. That could be, we're back, baby. We're coming.
Yeah.
We just beat the best team in the league.
Yeah.
We're coming back. We're
Yeah,
not messing around
yeah.
anymore.
That's true. That would be great to see because I do like watching the Bengals. They have a great team. Jamar, T. Higgins, Burrow, Mixon.
It's
that
a
team's
great team.
I do want to see them get back to where they were. I think.
And they were kind of doing that before the bye, so we can hope that they come out hot
honestly,
with it.
maybe you bring Derrick Henry to the Bengals.
Yeah, but they got Mixon. They don't really need him there.
Yeah, I guess. But the Bears.
The Bears, I mean,
He's not gonna want to go to the Bears.
I don't think he wants to go to the Bears. That's the
if
thing.
they give him the first overall first round pick.
Yeah, I don't know how wild people are about giving a first round pickup for
An old guy.
No,
that's a good point. So what are you going there? Bengals or Niners?
I am going to go with the Niners. But it would be huge.
Unfortunately, I'm going with the Bengals. The Niners, too. Now, Bears, Chargers. I'm going with my boys, the Bears.
Do it. I'm staying with the Chargers. Love that team.
And the Raiders,
Love that
Lions.
Lions. Lions. Raiders aren't.
Now,
really
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this: that if the Raiders end up losing this game, I think Devontae is 100% traded.
Yeah.
I
can definitely see it. I don't see why they would.
I can't see him playing another game with Vegas through.
Yeah, I mean it's
after this week or after their bye or I don't. And that's.
I think that'd be the best move for everybody, for him and the team.
So now, those are the games. We're gonna get to some I want to say hot takes or some argumentative stuff. Have your criticism for Mac Jones been too much? Is it justified? You think the criticism for him is justified after what you saw last week, and he came out and did it? Went to work.
Look, it's only 1 week. I can say that it isn't justified. Maybe I was a little hard on him. Maybe I didn't give him time to actually, develop before I just jump down his throat. But he still needs time to prove himself to me 100%. 1 week will not take it from me.
Which I understand that, but I think that comes with time. Nobody comes in as and with what he has and just dominates like that. He's not Brady, which everyone knows he's not Brady. They didn't sign him to be Brady. He's going to take time. I think he is a very, very undervalued quarterback because of what his surroundings are, because he doesn't have a fantastic team about it. If you were to swap him out with a better team and Mac Jones was on a better team, I think Mac Jones' output and what he put up would be totally different.
All right, so you take him and you put him on the 49ers. You think his numbers are looking the same as Brock Purdy's?
I want to say that's a great. But I think Brock Purdy's better than Mac Jones.
Obviously, I would say that too. But I'm saying,
you
put him on that team. What do you think his numbers are? Do you think he is?
I'd say it's close.
Do you think that we'd be praising Mac Jones like we are praising, or we were praising Brock Purdy? Do you think the roles would be switched? Do you think I'd be down Brock Purdy's? Because I'm not fully sold on Brock Purdy either. I'm thinking that he could be just on the best team ever, and he's just sailing on that wave.
Maybe that could be showing a little bit. Maybe that could be showing a little bit.
It could be.
I don't really
Mac
see
Jones,
that being a. Yes, I think Mac Jones has the potential. Do I think he's there yet? No. Do I think it's going to take some more time? Yeah, I do.
That's warranted, yes.
I do think it's going to take some more time for him to be elite. He's not elite yet.
No.
I think he will be. I don't even want to say he will be. I think he could be, but it takes time. It's not like you come out and you just. Brady wasn't Brady before he, like when he was sitting on the sideline, sitting on the bench waiting to come in.
That's true.
So I just think it takes time, and Brady had a better team when he came in than fucking Mac Jones did.
That's true.
His team was a hell of a lot better than what he's dealing with. So I think it will take some time, and I think that Mac Jones will come around. If it's not this year, I give him another year, because if he comes out next year and slinging that thing and running and there it is. That's what we've been wanting from Mac Jones. But I think that also comes with time, and it also comes with the people around him, because that line is not fantastic.
No. That does make a huge difference.
He can only do what he can. So I think that will come. I do.
It could. I just need to see more from him.
Now, speaking of needing to see more of him, Lamar Jackson, too good to be true?
I don't think. I think he's just as good as he is. I think people know how good he is, and I think he performs that way. He runs this damn thing. He's looking better. He's looking smarter. At least after this week, obviously. He had a great game.
He did.
Passing-wise and rushing-wise. Smart both ways. And, he's not as fast, but he can still outrun a lot of people.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I don't think he's overrated. I think he could be that quarterback.
I think that I still need to see more. I don't...
Still need to see more?
300
something yards, 21 for 27. Sorry, you should have gotten to 27 for 27? Should have gotten 100 rushing? Should have gotten 2 touchdowns rushing?
So, they played the Lions last week, right? That's what they beat?
Yeah, the Lions are a great team.
Yes. I want to see the Ravens play
A game we both thought
Eagles.
that they were going to lose. Yeah.
I want to see the Ravens play the Niners. They beat the Niners. Like, all right, Lamar.
Yeah, but
You got something. You're working with something this year. All right, take it. Go ahead. You want it. If that's the case, go ahead, Lamar. It's in your hands.
That makes sense. Yeah, okay. I can understand
I need
being
to
the
see
best
him beat
team.
an Eagles, a Niners.
Yeah.
Did they beat the Bills? I don't think none of the.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if they even played the Bills. But I need to see them beat some solid teams and him put up solid game after solid game. One game doesn't mean shit, like you say it.
Yeah,
like one game doesn't mean nothing.
You're right.
So if he can come in and
Yeah, he's not putting up the highest numbers of his career by all means, but he's still a solid producer.
he's staying efficient.
Still doing his
He's
job.
definitely staying efficient. Now the Raiders, you think they're down and out?
Yeah,
We
I
were
think
just
they're
talking
down
about
and
this
out.
before.
I think they're just struggling right now. What's up with Jimmy Garoppolo? Is he still?
I want to say he's back.
He's
now.
back, right?
I just don't think it matters. It's a shame.
It is.
It's a shame. Now I think that you have Josh Jacobs too, also not really getting,
He's not doing his,
not really doing much over there either.
Everyone is just that team came in. You say Jimmy Garoppolo, Josh Jacobs, and Devontae Adams. It sounds like a good three.
Squad.
That's what you want right there.
Squad.
Great running back, great wide receiver, and great quarterback, but they just can't do it for some reason. And
No. And now the bigger panic. The Niners or the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think the Dolphins are in a bigger panic because it's been proven that they can't really beat the better teams in the league.
You're saying the Niners?
No, the Dolphins. I mean, you can say that the 49ers just had an off night losing to the Vikings, but when you verse the best teams in the league, you got to play the best you can because people are looking at those for when you play in. So they lost to the Eagles, they lost to the Bills. Two great teams, you expect them to come out and really show against those teams. And to lose against them is big because those are the teams you'll be playing in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. I think I want to say the bigger one is the Niners because I think the Niners are I think they're just kind of in a zone now where they don't really know where to go. You got Debo's hurt or Debo's coming back this week. I want to say, but I feel like it's only a matter of time before that team kind of starts to really feel the pressure and starts to really kind of crumble under it because, McCaffrey's great, Debo's great, Ayuk's great, Kittle's great.
Everyone on that team is great.
Something is just bound to happen with that team. 5-2 now, right? Look, there's the standings right there. 5-2. Seattle's in second. Rams are in third. The Cardinals are obviously in last.
Yeah. Given it's an easy division, most likely. I mean.
Yeah. No, you have the Rams right there on their tail too. So I think that's only a matter of time before that. Probably, Purdy's might not even play this week. Here you go. Concussion protocol.
Who's their backup, do you know? Couldn't even think.
Sam Darnold.
Is it? It's not the worst backup in the world.
Yeah, no, I didn't think so either. Yeah, so they play the Bengals week 8, so that following week. So
Yeah, so good.
should
2
be
games
good.
back to back.
Yeah, and then they got their bye week 9. Jags and Bucks. I think that Jags team too. If that Jags team stays hot, I mean,
Yeah, who
they have a
knows with
chance
them?
maybe the Bengals come in and take this game
Yeah.
this week against Purdy now questionable. I think he could. I don't see Purdy not playing.
Yeah, but the whole thing with the concussion protocol is once you're on it, they force you to do it.
Yeah, but then you go through your tests and they go through shit and they go, all right, this guy can play. This guy's all right to play. I don't know. Now let's go over the top 5 teams of last week. So last week you had the Niners, the Dolphins, the Eagles, the Chiefs. I had the Niners, the Rams, the Dolphins, the Eagles, Browns. Now, does that list change?
It does. It does again.
What does that list look like this
So,
week, in
I
your
mean,
opinion?
after what happened, I think it's kind of obvious who number one is now. It's the Eagles.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's the Eagles. It's just what it is. Even though, they just proved more that they can just do it. And consistently do it, no matter who they're against. So,
Who you got 2 there?
number 2, staying with my boys, the 49ers. That team is still just filthy all around. They got so many weapons. Number 3, I'm coming in.
I know who you're going to say.
Do you? Because I don't think you do.
I know exactly what you're going to say.
The Chiefs?
All right, that's what you're going to say?
That's what I'm going to say.
No.
Who did you think I was going to say?
I'm not going to say it because I want to see where you put it. All right. Eagles, Niners, Chiefs.
So I got the Eagles, the Niners, the Chiefs. So then I will put the Dolphins at number 4.
Okay.
Number 5.
It's looking like a weak list right now, I must say.
A weak list?
Weak list.
What do you
Go
mean
ahead.
a weak list?
Go ahead.
I'm going to go with the Browns for number 5.
Browns for number 5. Okay.
Even though it was a shoddy play calls that got them, they
The win, but
still
hey,
got it.
I mean, hey. You got to get them
A
somehow.
win's a win.
somehow. Yeah, win's a win. So now I'm going to agree with you on the 1, the Eagles. Two, I want to say the Niners. I think you're right on the Niners there. But 3, there's the kicker. The Ravens.
Really?
This is where I thought you were going to go until you said the Chiefs. I'm going to go the Ravens. I think the Ravens are, if they keep this up, I think that they have all the tools over there. They should have no problem coming out and staying dominant. As long as everybody stays healthy, as long as Lamar stays healthy.
Yeah.
And if that
That's
trade
the
does
thing.
happen where they do get Derrick Henry, I think that brings
that'd
them
be
up to
unbelievable.
another
Yeah,
level.
they could trade. They could trade Odell. I mean, he ain't doing
They're
nothing
not
for
gonna
you.
want who wants Odell?
That's the thing. Trade him. Get him out of there.
$15 million man.
Unbelievable.
All right, so you got. So my number 4. I'm going to say the Browns.
Okay.
I think Browns are number 4.
Respect.
And I'm going to say the Dolphins right now for 5.
Okay. Respect.
You know, I'm going to say the Dolphins for number 5. I think that the Dolphins are on the cusp. Actually, you know what? No, I changed that. The Jaguars, number 5.
All right, there you go. Give
The
some,
Jaguars
give some
are number
respect to the
5s.
Jags.
And I'm going to put the Dolphins would be probably 6.
Yeah.
Right underneath it.
Yeah, right underneath. Yeah.
A rough week last week, you know, that like this
Yeah.
list could change. But I as of right now, I think that's where my head's at.
Nah, I like it. Makes sense. I like that list.
That's probably one of my best lists.
It's a good list. It's a good list.
Yeah, now when you get to the refs, now the refs this weekend, I'm going to pull up a clip. I'll show you guys.
Yeah, just calls that just didn't seem like, such big plays. You'd think they would call an illegal contact on the defense.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah. And they obviously, if they didn't do this, they would have gotten the fumble recovery. So look, that's the illegal contact right there. Didn't impede him on his route. I mean, yeah, he grabbed onto him, but it's not like he pulled him back. And this,
They called that?
They called that.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
Pass interference?
Yeah, pass interference. They pushed him up to the 1 yard line, first down. I mean, the ball, unless you're, I don't
The
even
ball's
know,
like
unless
10
you're a
feet
minute
over his
bowl with a
goddamn head.
40-foot vertical, you're not catching that ball.
Well, it's out of bounds anyways.
Way
No,
out of
well,
bounds. No way. And it's not even
You're
like,
Mr. Fantastic. You're not
Yeah.
passing that damn ball.
and like, it's not even like it wasn't the worst pass. I mean, yeah, he was holding on to his arm, but come on.
Yeah, that is
The ball was nowhere near him. I mean, he was not catching that ball no matter what.
Yeah.
He was Mr. Elastic. It wasn't happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's no way he's catching that football. So now I want to get into. You're going to get into the top 5 of passing, receiving, rushing. Top 5 passing to start off so far. You got Tua, 2,092.
Makes sense.
You got Kirk at 2,000.
Yes, sir.
2,057.
That's Kirk, baby, slanging it.
You got Patty Mahomes, 2017. You got Stafford at
Always. Stafford always coming in with the numbers.
Stafford at 1,908. Jared Goff, which is a surprising entrance into that top 5 as of right now. 1902 for Goff, which
He's another one. He's another type of
sneaky little guy
Stafford.
over there. Yeah.
He's kind of like Stafford. Like Stafford has
that's true.
always gotten a ton of passing yards ever since he's been in the league.
Now, top 5 receiving. You want to give it a shot? You think you can name the top 5?
Okay, I know that number 1 is Reek.
Okay.
Number 2.
Is he just tough? I don't think
Keenan Allen.
It's not Keenan Allen. No. These are tough. I
wouldn't
think
even.
Two of these will surprise you.
That's what. Like I know one. The rest of them I really don't.
All right. So AJ Brown.
Mmm.
He's got 809 yards.
Good for him.
Puka Nuka.
Oh yeah.
752.
Wow.
Which makes sense because Cooper Kupp's been injured the entire year.
Who else is
known to? And Tutu's over there, so they probably those. It's probably like Stafford's passing yards is probably distributed between both those guys. Stephon.
Oh
678.
Yeah,
now this last one will definitely surprise you, but it doesn't surprise me. 636 for DJ Moore.
Yeah, DJ Moore, baby.
He probably had like 200 in that one game where he had like 50 points in fantasy.
Unbelievable.
Now, top 5 rushing. You think you can name those top 5 rushing guys?
Oh, jeez, I'm not even sure if I could do number 1.
Really?
McCaffrey?
Yeah, McCaffrey's one.
Jeez, is it Acne? I could have guessed him.
No, he's not on that list. The other guy.
He played in Mozart.
Mosert's last.
Mozart's last. Henry?
Nope.
Not even on it?
No.
Wow. I got no idea.
You got Zach Moss, 523 rushing yards. DeAndre Swift, 514. And Travis, maybe you could say the last name for me. The guy from Jacksonville, Travis Etienne.
Let me see it.
I definitely didn't spell it right on here, but he's fast and he's good.
Etienne, I don't remember. Yeah, I really got to see the correct spelling.
And then Mozart's in there last.
Yeah.
And then, so now let's get into the laughs and long shots.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I picked out some cool clips for you. So, I thought the first one we should just kind of breeze over. We don't have to show the whole thing, but was today on October 26, 1993, which is when we're recording this video. The NFL announced that the Carolina Panthers will be a new expansion franchise, which they've done absolutely nothing since 1993 besides give us Cam Newton. Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
But absolutely have done nothing with them. But, so, I mean, here's them talking about like they revealed the logo. No one at this time, no one knew what was going on. But no one, it wasn't like now where everything's on social media and you're getting alerts. We're not from '93, but that's how I'm assuming that this was.
Yeah, it seems like if you didn't like pass it while you're flashing through the TV,
like TikTok,
you don't even know.
Yeah, and they still have that logo, which is kind of crazy. It's the same exact logo. They haven't changed a thing.
How how does that even work with the with getting players and stuff?
I think it probably works the same way as it works for basketball and NHL, I'm assuming.
I don't know how that happens, actually.
I could be wrong, but what I think it is you're allowed to keep a certain amount of players on your team that's on your active roster. So there's players that you got that each team has to put up basically for the expansion team to draft. So, like, for example, James Harden probably be thrown up on that expansion draft if he was on a team and there was an expansion team. Like there's gonna be. They're supposed to put one in Vegas or something like that.
Really?
Or Seattle.
Yeah, but don't you have to
Bring
put
back
in
Seattle.
2? You can't just put in 1, right?
They are putting in 2.
Yeah.
Seattle
Oh, they're
and
bringing.
Vegas. They're bringing back the Supersonics.
Isn't that's 2 in?
That's rumors.
That's 2 in the West, though.
Uh,
Shouldn't you do 1 in the West and 1 in the East?
I don't know. I don't really think it matters. I mean, they didn't when they do the expansions for NBA. It's always been 1. It's
Yeah,
never
yeah.
been 2.
Huh.
It's been the Bobcats. It was the Bobcats, and then it was so. But yeah, usually they put up players for teams, and then those players
It's wild.
get taken.
Fantasy draft. That's exciting.
Basically, yeah, that's probably pretty cool. Yeah, it was a second expansion team too, I guess. Chicago. But yeah. So that's that one, and then another last great clip I want to show you guys is something that I hold near and dear to my heart, which is the great Mariano Rivera beating in the Mets in Game 5 of the 2000 World Series. This happened today, 10 years ago today, right? No, it's definitely not 10 years ago.
I was gonna say it says 2000.
23. I was reading it here. It said 10 years ago. Over here. Definitely didn't. It's not 10 years ago. I'm
It
not that
says
crazy.
2000 World Series.
I know.
You were
this
1
happened
year
on-
old.
This happened on 10/26. This was in Shea Stadium. I'm a diehard Yankee fan. If you weren't able to tell, but he is a Mets fan. So this is a nice little clip here. So Rivera is the best closer of all time. The best run of a World Series team of all time, which was the Yankees in 98, 99, and 2000, and almost won it again in 2001. But they lost to the Diamondbacks,
Yeah.
who were in the World Series right now. And there's Mo with that nasty cutter.
I still think they should shoot baseball in this grainy footage.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't even, it doesn't
I
even
agree.
seem the same now.
Look at young Mo, Mike Piazza.
Oh my God! Look at that
Tying run at the
stash.
plate.
Oh,
Tying run at the plate. And he
Get that out of there. He's
flies out to dead
Oh,
center.
Yay! Yay! We did
The
it! We
Yankees
did
win
it
another
again! Yay! Get over it, guys.
Bernie, Jeter.
Yeah, that's a team right there.
Yeah, that's a squad, bro. That is a squad. But yeah, that's
Beautiful.
it. But thank you guys. We are going to have our basketball coming out too. Our basketball episode. We talk a little bit about basketball and what's going on
In
the last couple
basketball
weeks,
world, yeah.
and the basketball world, some hot topics, some debates, and shit like that. So
Very exciting.
join us next time. Like and subscribe.
Always, thank you very much.
And we will see you next week.
Deuces.
Thanks, guys.